Camera action!
Hi mga ka-Scrubbies! I'm Frances.
I'm Maishin.
And welcome back to Scrub Mentality! We are two Filipino nurses who is working in Australia at the moment. And we are here to talk about random stuff about nursing, about life, about Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ito na naman kami.
We're back.
We're back. Yung mga kapitbahay niyong laging naka-duty. So today, pag-uusapan natin yung pinaka-adrenaline-filled, emotionally draining,
Yes.
pero super rewarding field sa nursing, which is our favorite part, emergency nursing.
So, bakit nga ba?
So, just mga pros and cons. Bakit emergency nursing? Bakit kailangan pilitin itong mga taong to?
Bakit ba guys? Bakit ba natin pilit na mag-emergency?
Kasi nga, hindi boring sa ED.
Okay. Yun pala.
Yun nga, iba't ibang case.
Madaming skills ka nakukuha. So
Skills
you can,
overload.
True. IV insertions and G-tubes. Ano pa tawag nito? CPR. Ano pa? ABGs.
Wound care.
Minsan, pag nag-upskill ka, plastering, you can assist in airways, diba? If you,
ang dami.
Ano pa? Solid ang bonding with your colleagues. Because of trauma bonding, like I said, nagsasuffer kayo together and you're closer together. And then, prepared ka for anything.
Yeah.
So, pag galing ka sa ER talaga, halos walang magugulat sa'yo. Sa nursing. Like, you're prepared. Anything you give me, I'm ready to manage. Yeah.
Alin yung pinaka-exciting na part sa'yo as an ED nurse?
Siguro, if it was made 5 years ago, I would say the skills. But now, I think ang exciting is wala na. I mean, the colleagues that you meet along the way. Yeah, because as per experience, we've met lifetime friends in A&E.
Yeah.
In emergency department. And my skills, you can always get it whenever you want. But the people that you meet, I will always now prioritize relationships rather than whatever.
That's a good realization.
No. Parang kasi before, parang wala akong pakialam. It's felt like, gusto ko talaga ito. But mo sa UK, very goal-oriented ako. Like I want to
this. Pag gusto mo talaga to.
Pero now that I'm here, it doesn't change anything naman. I'm still me. May skills ako, pero I'm still me. But the people that I will meet along the way, it will because nursing is a small world. Yung halos lahat may connection yan.
Totoo.
Ay, pinsan mo pala si ganun. So, kung ang pangit ng ugali mo, spread yan sooner or later. Kaya, be careful. Be nice. It's better to have, like I said, it's better to have friends than enemies. Thank you.
Okay, this is it.
How about you? Anong pinaka-exciting sa'yo?
Yun nga, yung everyday, pag pumapasok ka, iba't ibang tao yung mamimit mo, iba't ibang class.
It's really nice, no?
Very exciting kasi iba't ibang cases yung kikita mo. Like, at the end of the day, parang every day is another day. Parang ganun yung pag-take mo ngayon sa ED.
True.
Tapos, it's very nice. I don't know. I think it's just for me. Ang dami mo kasing may encounter ng mga tao, na iba't ibang tao. You get to learn their experience. You get to know them somehow, which is nice.
Yeah. And they're really nice man here. I've never encountered anyone so far.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a friend. I think friendly, mga Pinoy friendly talaga, mahilig maboka eh. But I think so far, have you experienced any na parang medyo strong sa'yo?
Sa patients?
Oo, dito sa Australia.
I think meron naman. Not directly towards me. I think it's more of like, especially sa ED, yung mga waiting times.
Okay. So that's not personal.
Yeah, they don't hate you. It's just the system, the process, everything. But obviously, they vent it out on you.
Yeah. It's like, you will be like the ito talaga yung buffer.
Buffer, oo. So, sometimes nakaka-burn out din, which is one of the consequences.
Yeah. So, speaking of the consequences of emergency nursing, what are these? Like you said, high stress, high pressure. So burnout is really it's real. I think that's why they give us one extra annual leave.
Minsan merong times na kailangan ko, like pag umuwi ako, Dad, Just let me. Yung
True.
parang gusto mo
I just
lang,
want to be alone.
Just gusto
Kasi
mo lang
overstimulated ka kasi ang daming tao sa ED. There are times na tahimik, pero there's always, it's always like, and sometimes if you wanna go home, you just wanna lie on the couch, watch TV.
I don't think everyone understands that, but I normally tell my husband that just give me like even 10 minutes, just, just time to breathe. Yeah. Because yun nga, ang dami-dami mong naririnig, ang daming-daming nangyayari, ang daming nagagalit sa'yo, ang daming, hindi directly sa'yo.
I don't think it's only, it only encompasses ED. I think it's for nursing as a whole. Wherever you work talaga, that there's burnout, no?
Totoo.
And then also physical toll. Yung parang exertion, mag-exert ka talaga. You can't just be sitting around.
Totoo.
You're always on your feet.
Walking, running around.
Sa ang Apple Watch ko always nagva-vibrate. You've met the standing hours. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, I've been standing for 4 hours. And then you steps 10,000.
Totoo. Lifting. Ang dami mong ang dami mong ginagawa sa ED, 'di ba?
All around.
Also very emotionally draining.
Yes, it is.
Especially like witnessing trauma, loss. Ang dami mo kasing, 'di ba? It's quite sad sometimes.
Yung yung medyo, meron pa your patient was really well, tapos bigla lang naging poorly, na nag-comatose. Yun yung mga, sa akin is very,
Yeah.
But I think, one qualification of ED nurse is dapat, I know it's not good, pero
know to assess.
Hindi yung parang you forget straight away.
Oo. Dapat mabilis kang mag-move on.
Mabilis kang mag-move on. Pero there will be times talaga na may magtatak sa'yo. No? Even though how good you are with moving on with patients.
May mga cases na ba na tumatak sa'yo, like with regards to witnessing trauma or loss?
Yeah. There was one 27-year-old teacher siya sa UK. Tapos, walang history. Nag-present siya sa waiting area. Ano ko alam nito kasi it was known sa hospital eh. Tapos, nag-present siya sa ED. Sabi niya, parang nilalagnat ako and all that. I'm not feeling well, ganon. Wala naman siyang other symptoms. Pag gas sa kanyang lactate niya was 13. I think you know about this.
Yeah.
And I was the night shift. So, paglagay sa kanya sa resus, ako yung nurse niya na. And then, biglang nag-blisters ang buong katawan, like in few hours, like 2-3 hours, nag-blisters all over, pati sa neck niya, sa face niya, so hindi nila alam. So, it was really because he was a teacher, ang asawa niya, nutritionist, ang daddy, mami niya, GP, andun lahat. It was really sad because in the beginning, nag-uusap pa kami, ano bang ginawa mo? Gumaganon pa ako, ba't ka na ganito? Pumunta ka ba overseas and all? Sabi niya, wala naman daw. Pero at the end talaga, namatay talaga siya sa ICU. And he was very young.
I know.
And he was talking to me.
And we've got loads of cases like that.
It's really, it's really, natatak lang sa akin because I spent, I think, my whole night shift with them. And the resource, our resource room was full of different specialties trying to figure out what was happening with him. And can you imagine yung trauma na na-feel niya na sobrang, ba't ang daming tao? Anong nangyayari sa akin? It was really sad. I think that's why I remembered it. And it was very young. Yeah. Anyways, you. So, dami-dami mong case.
Yun nga, meron akong, dalawa yung maalala ko, pero yung isa hindi siya lost. Anyhow, yung first is yung parang 45-year-old male yun siya, na masakit lang yung tiyan niya, nag-book in lang siya sa front door during that time. Obviously, kung abdominal pain, kung like, hindi ka mag-think critically, is lang siya, like, di ba? Abdo pain lang yung, baka kailangan mo lang ng Gaviscon or something, ubo doon. Pero yung sa kanya, abdo pain siya, pero very pale siya.
Makikita mo yung presentation ng tao.
In just split seconds, nag-arrest siya sa upuan sa front door.
Okay.
Nag-arrest siya. And then, unfortunately, he died.
There and then? Pinastop nila agad? Matagal kayo nag-CPR?
Ano lang yun, parang 10-15 minutes.
Why?
Out talaga siya, ma'am. Like, out na talaga siya. Nag-ECG? Pero wala na CPR na kagad.
Okay. I mean, before siya nag-ano. Mabilis na talaga ang pangyayari.
Kasi di ba yung front door natin doon is di ba nakatayo lang sila pag mag-book in.
Yes.
Wala tayong chair doon na ano. So, habang nag-book in siya, from the registration, pinadala siya kagad sa front streaming nurse, which is ako during that time. So, parang in a split of seconds lang, mabilis. Yun yung one instance na ako. Tapos yung very unforgettable ko, sa UK, is yung nagsi-CPR kami sa Rizos, CPR kami sa ambulance, CPR CPR kami, as in like CPR habang naglalakad sa ambulance, naglalakad sa elevator.
I remember that. She was calling after the shift.
Papuntang cat lab sa LGI, di ba? Yun yung feeling ko, na pagod ako, pero very fulfilling kasi nabuhay siya.
Oh, see?
Pinuntahan ako ng ICU. Doctor, did you know he was alive?
Oh,
it was very fulfilling though. I was like,
nice.
yeah, it was very nice.
Oh, one more pala. Remember mo yung, nag-share na kami because this is our way of like, yung parang makakope kami sa stress.
Totoo.
You remember that time na I was in charge, tapos punta ko sa Yellow, tapos
naalala ko yun.
may isang, supposedly 2 nurse yan ha. Malayo yun sa A&E eh. Pero A&E pa din siya, parang siyang waiting lounge or discharge lounge. Pero ED pa din. So, may 2 nurse, pero isa nag-break. Tapos yung isang naiwan na nurse is new. Tapos buntis pa, like 4 months, 5 months. Malaki lang siya actually. Tapos ako, yung mga 3, 2 a.m., naglalakad ako. Tapos, something told me na talagang go inside. Go inside. Tapos, check lang ako. Are you okay? Sabi ko, okay lang daw siya. Tapos, yung asawa ng pasyente lumapit. Sabi niya, elderly na to, mga 80. Sabi niya na, I don't think na yung asawa ko okay. Tapos, ang asawa niya yun, may dementia yun ha. So, parang kami, baka confused lang to, ganon. Pero I said, okay, check.
Yeah, I want to say about that one, yung pag sinabi ng relatives na may something, you have to really listen.
That's why it's part of the OBS ngayon. That if meron ba sa inyo yan? Kung when you put vital signs dito sa Australia, they will ask family worry.
I didn't
there
notice.
is.
I'll check. Yeah.
So I put no all the time. Kung hindi, pero kung yes, I put, of course. Anyways, yun, sabi ko, okay, we'll check the OBS. Tapos sabi niya, ayun, nakuha niya ang OBS. Low ang blood pressure, like around 90s. Tapos, parang pyrexic and all that. Tapos umalis siya, sabi niya, can you stay here? Sabi ng isang nurse, I'll just get medication from the main A&E. So I stayed there. Tapos, pagbalik niya, timing, yung asawang lumapit na naman, I don't think he's really well. Sabi ko, lapitan mo nga. Tapos, nag-slump ng ganyan bigla. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? 2 lang kami, 3 a.m. If I know, lahat natutulog. Noon na time. Cardiac arrest talaga, girl. So, flat namin. Tapos, may issue tayo nito. Nag-pull ako ng crash bell. Yung bell for crash. Hindi pala narinig sa main A&E. So, yung sabi ko, ba't ang tagal na dumating ng help? Yung kami 2 na buntis, na kami ng CPR, nag-alternate. Tapos knowing na buntis siya, nagbabounce yung tiyan niya, I feel bad. Sabi ko, mga 3 minutes, 4 minutes, wala pa rin dumarating. I went outside. Walang katao-tao. Tapos may isang parang si SW naglalakad. Sabi ko, can you call for help? The crash call is in Yellow. Sabi niya, what crash call? Hindi pa nila naririnig. So sabi niya, can you get a doctor? Tell them it's in Yellow. There's a crash here. So doon, bumalik ako. Then, CPR, tinlagay ko yung D-fib and all, A-fib and all that. Tapos assistole pa din. Sabi ko CPR. ALS train na tayo nun. So CPR pa din. Among after 6 minutes.
Ginamit talaga yung ALS mo.
6 minutes in a cardiac arrest is very long. Very long na naawa na ako sa buntis. Tapos wala pa din dumating. 2 minutes later, Nikki, hi Nikki, I miss you. One of our coordinators, he just walked in. I think he was from break. And then,
I can imagine Nikki.
I'm doing CPR. And then she said, Francis, are you okay? I said, Nikki, call for help. Yun, tumawag siya ng help. Doon pa dumating lahat. Oh my gosh. And it was 80 years old, but he had no DNR or anything.
What happened?
He was alive. Yeah. 80-year-old, they intubated him. He was alive.
That's one of the very fulfilling stuff in ED.
Yes.
You see death and
life. Rebirth.
Rebirth. But yeah, that's how amazing.
So, mataas na yung kwento namin. Sorry naman. Enjoy namin ng sobra.
Sorry, 40
we'll
minutes
talk more about it next time. We'll do an episode just for ED cases.
That's why you see, we love ED. Also, ano pa ba? Unpredictable shifts. Sometimes yung pauwi ka na lang, biglang busy. Kasi you don't know who's gonna run into the door.
Never.
Diba?
Pagtingin mo, walang tao sa waiting area, kuha ka lang tubig, balik mo, may 10 na nag-book in. So that's how unpredictable it is. But it's really, I don't know, I like it.
We love the challenge.
Yeah.
So if feeling mo ready ka na ba mentally or physically sa mga ganitong challenges, if feeling mo makaka-recover ka na sa mga hardships, I think you're meant to be with us.
How would you recover from a hardship?
Yun nga, bilis nating mag-move on. I talk to you.
Sa toilet pa yan, ha? Did you know? Alam mo ba? Ma'am,
I think
inaway ako ni ma'am.
I think it's one way to recover. Like, that's why it's
I call her as well, so
it's mas maganda lang na event out mo na siya para at the end of the day,
I
makakatulog
think it's a way na I think it's a way na nakakaano tayo,
kasi feeling ko kung wala kang like tao
mo lang, I think it's really hard.
You're gonna burst at the end of the day. Biglang sumabog ka na lang, o biglang nabaliw ka na lang.
True.
Magulat ka, may isa ka na sa nag-book in.
Gumagano ka na.
You have to have an outlet. And sometimes, yun nga, every time na stress tayo, di ba, lumalabas tayo, we need to vent out. We need to catch up.
Naglalakad lang kami or sa city center, anything.
But I'm not sure, do you find it easy to like vent out with me as your colleague, as a nurse,
as my next of kin?
As your next of kin, or with your husband, or with your other family members?
I think it's easier to vent out with people who knows what you're going through. Kaya yung iba nagte-therapist, no? Hindi kasi, ito living therapist. Kasi kung husbands mo, they listen. They listen, but alam mo yung may mag-rebuttal sa'yo, oo nga, ako din siya last time, ganun. Alam mo yung ganun feeling na someone can relate to you.
And also, na-notice ko sa asawa ko, like for example, hindi ko pwede sabihin sa kanya na galit ako sa taong yun kasi mas magagalit na siya. Magagalit na siya.
Same. Sino pala yan? Akala niyo na kung sino gumagana niyan.
Mas magagalit na sila, di ba? Ayun,
and I don't wanna stress them as well because we're already stressed. We're just stressing each other.
And it's like, sila yung parang safe space natin nga as much as possible. Gusto nating i-away sa trabaho natin, di ba? Which is nice.
Kung puno ang brain namin, at sa kanila empty. So, balance lang. Pero don't expect us to recover from a hardship na magluluto pa.
No, it's very draining. Oo.
No.
Not unless if you're off. I mean, I love cooking because mahilig ako kumain. But hindi talaga like after shift, yun nga, sabi ko na lang, bahala kayo, matulog na ako.
Yeah.
Black out.
Yeah. I know what's your how to recover for you. You go to Savers, Dinis. You have energy. Pupunta sa mga charity shop.
I don't know. I just love going there. I mean, mas gusto ko pa I don't know. Feeling ko doon na lang yung outlet mo, di ba? Mag-shopping or Not necessarily na mag-spend ka ng million dyan. Wala akong million.
Wala pa siyang million. Hundreds, thousands pa lang, pero...
basta dapat may outlet ka lang, di ba?
Me, I always watch movies.
Oo.
Naubos ko yung time ko dyan.
Lahat ng Korean novela, naubos niyo.
Korean, ano pa gusto nyo? American, It's my way of... Pag ang movie mo pa, Grey's Anatomy, wow.
Alam mo, minsan nagsistay away din ako sa mga, alam mo yung mga medical movies, something related to that. Pag after work, minsan din ayoko nang manood kasi parang bumabalik lang lahat. Trauma. Flashback, PTSD.
Minsan kasi nakaka-relate ka, like,
oy,
ano yan? Magda-diagnose ka din.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Din. Pero dati lang yun, hindi na ngayon.
Bakit nila ginawa yun? Hindi pwede yun.
Yung mga oxygen, mali ang pagkalagay, or mga pag-intubate, mali ang pagkalagay. Mga judger kami.
Yeah, ayun. After nun, ano ba? What is the difference nung ER?
So, moving on, di ba?
Moving on.
Move on.
Kailangan natin mag-move on. Kasi mabilis na kami mag-move on. Yung difference ng ED sa wards or sa mga different specialties, ano ba? Yun nga, yung ED mas mabilis, unpredictable, lahat ng kaso pwedeng pumasok, short patient stay, high pressure interventions, lahat andun na.
Sa ward naman kasi, it's different. It's a different environment. It's a different, mas steady yung pace. Mas focus sa specialty. For example, surgical. So, everyone is like post-op, parang ganon. And then, there's longer patient stay. And of course, there's a fulfilling then because you have continuity of care. So, you see the, diba, the improvement of the patient. Kaya kung mas gusto mo yung mabilis na turnover ng patients, you're for ED. Pero if you want like, my continuity of care, I would say ward would be a best option for you. Or you can start in the ward, and if you feel like you don't like it, go to ED.
To be honest,
or
I think
to any
it's nice
specialty.
if you start in the ward.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Gather your skills before you go
gather
in
the
ED.
gather the basic things, like even like preparing IV medications, being familiarize mo paano yung paano preparation ng medications, di ba? And when you go to ED, nako, they will
bombard you with all everything that you should be ready na.
They will appreciate you because they see na alam niya na po yung kahit bago siya, alam niya ng ganito. So just a tip, di ba?
Yeah, because we both started in wards. But yeah. Ano ba yung we're gonna differentiate naman yung difference ng ED with regards to between Philippines, UK, and
just
Australia.
Just for fun.
Kasi gusto lang namin mag-compare. Bakit ba?
Ano problema niyo?
Kasi we both work in
baliw na mga ED nurses.
Baka ayaw na nila.
May magkinig kayo.
So sa ED sa Pilipinas, siksikan. Minsan
sa public yan.
Sa public to. Kasi yun nga, yung ED natin doon is minsan yung sa isang cubicle, dalawa yung bed, just to accommodate the patients because high demand yung patients din doon. Medyo kulang yung resources.
Kulang talaga sa resources.
Madaming diskarte.
You have to be resourceful.
Naalala ko doon yung ED namin. I work in a private hospital. It's a good one. But sometimes we really use the gloves for different patients.
Diba? And the gravity sets and the Solio sets, you reuse it.
And I also heard other stories. I also witnessed it. It's not from our hospital, but in a different regional hospital, that they reuse the syringe. Like for example, if they're giving Taysusin, lahat ng patient may Taysusin, they will just change the needles and same syringe. So, can you imagine? That's why na-appreciate ko siya nung pagpunta ko ng Saudi. Kasi, wow! Iba-iba yung syringe.
Ano na lang sa UK?
Unlimited yung gloves
nyo. Same ba Saudi at sa UK?
Oo, same. Sa Saudi, nagbibigay pa sila ng beds. Kung, for example, yung patient mo for ventilator, papauwiin ka with ventilator, you can go home with it.
Really?
That's why you learn
talaga ng Middle East.
You're gonna appreciate it. Sa Pinas also, lahat ikaw. You insert the IV, you assist the doctors. Sometimes ikaw pa magdadala ng pasyente sa x-ray.
Hirap ng buhay,
lahat. Comfort sa family.
Kaya
lahat.
minsan din talaga, may mga videos before, di ba, na parang sobrang busy ng nurses. Tapos may isang patient na, or relative ng patient na sobrang nagalit siya. Tinusok niya yung nurse. Nakita mo ba yun? It was very
sad.
That's very sad for the nurse.
Hindi nila alam what's behind the picture.
Yes. Especially sa public hospitals. Ang mga nurses yan, hindi na nakakaihi. Sobrang busy.
Ang liit ng sahod.
Ang liit ng sahod. So, inaaway nyo pa. Sino hindi magagalit mo?
Huwag ganon, guys.
Huwag ganon.
Yung maganda lang sa Pinas is yung culture, very strong. Yung bayanihan. Alam mo yan. Kahit pagod ka, wala, i-joke
tawa
around. Tawa nyo na lang.
And I would also say, one of the good things na makukuha mo if sa Philippines ED ka is yung skills. Pag mag-abroad ka, nako.
Wow.
Ikaw ang number 1 sa IV insertion, no?
Totoo. Hahasain ka talaga ng Pilipinas
Hanggang sa madurog yung mga kamay mo. United Kingdom. So, ang ratio ng nurse sa United Kingdom, depends if you're team nursing or if you're like primary. So, meron sa amin, and our experience sa aming old hospital is we have team nursing. So, in one team, there's 3 to 4 nurses, unlimited patients.
You've got one team leader.
O isang team leader na magko-coordinate.
3 circulating nurse.
Swerte ka na lang kung may bibigay ng IV doon sa 3 circulating nurse mo. Anyways, the system that we follow is the Manchester Triage system. Ito yung paano ka ba i-categorize? Immediate ba, urgent ba, or low lang? Ganyan. Yan yung ang pina-follow namin. I thought it was Australian before. But I think they changed it to Manchester Triage. So sa scope naman, may specific sila na roles, no? Pero I don't think it applies in A&E. Because may mga phlebotomy sa wards, pupunta yung phlebotomy sa wards to get blood.
Wala. Tayo
Ikaw talaga, as a nurse.
Ikaw lang, besh.
Ikaw lang. Laban, besh. Challenges. Sa UK, it's document heavy, But I think dahil sobrang busy ng hospital namin, never kaming na-chase about documentation. Kahit ang nasabi lang, ang nalagay na namin dyan, OBS and all that. No? Wala tayo, hindi ako na ano yan.
Hindi masyado, hindi sila masyadong ganun ka, strict doon.
Strict, as long as, I think, the main thing is yung mga major, key points lang. Ilalagay mo. Observations, of course, and key points lang ilagay mo doon. And they give you a leeway. Kasi naman, how will you divide yourself to like 10 patients and document everything, di ba? So it all depends sa ano nyo, sa ratio nyo doon. I think
Totoo.
Do you think?
Oh, I feel it that way as
well.
well.
Kasi sa team nursing natin.
Lahat ang busy, girl.
Yeah, we do try to document, di ba?
Yung document, kasi naman yung system naman natin doon sa UK is very nice because yung mag-check ka na lang kung ano yung ginawa mo. Tik-tik-tik ka na lang. Unlike dito na magdo-document ka ba, receive patient, this and that, alam mo yun.
Super
walang ganun sa UK. I mean, walang ganun sa ED namin.
Oo.
We just put escalation, like kung may mga like patient assaulted, ganun lang. Madali lang siya. Australia, somehow similar to the UK, yung patient ratio, but I think it's more, yung sa company namin, hospital namin ngayon is 1:3 kami.
Same.
Which is nice. And also, yung resus is 1:1. So, at the end of the day, kung busy ka sa majors na yan, 3 yung pasyente mo.
At the end of the day, kahit baliktad pa ang mundo, 3 ang patient mo, which is really...
Depende lang yun kung gaano kabilis yung turnover ng patients.
True.
But other than that, yun lang yan talaga yung i-handle mo, which is nice. Streamlined din yung system dito. Isang click lang ng request and then you can send the patient to x-ray, to lab. So,
and sila nagbubuk ng porters,
sila
they
na
just come and say,
magulat ka na lang, ay, wala na yung patient ko. So, they've got streamlined system. Also, mas autonomous yung mga nurses dito. Pagdating pala ng pasyente, tayo na mag-bloods. Sometimes you don't need doctor's order already because
we can do nurse-initiated medications such as paracetamol and ibuprofen. And there's I think there's a few more pa na you can nurse initiate.
Yeah.
Meaning you can give it to the patient without prescription from the doctors.
Yeah, we can do that one in the UK. You remember the PGD?
PGD, but you have to go training. Here you don't have to go.
No. As
training.
long as it's it's under the protocol, you can give it. Sometimes chill din dito. Pero sometimes, feel mo din kasi yung Pinas vibes dito kasi ang daming Pilipino.
From patients to nurses. Wala po nakitang doctor na Filipino from porters.
May Pinoy na doctor kayo.
Wala.
Meron kami, which is nice kasi parang feeling mo na sa Pinas ka lang din.
As always, I think it depends it depends sa weather. Diba kung winter sa UK?
Surge ng patients, diba? Parang,
pero dito na painit na, lumiliit ang pasyente pag
kasi
morning.
Kasi sila lahat sa beach.
Kami nag-work. So kung papipiliin ka, saan mo gusto mag-ER? Pinas, UK, Australia?
Sasabihin ko sana kung mga kasama sa Pinas, kaya lang andito na sila lahat. So feeling ko, system, UK. Sa akin na.
You like UK,
system sa UK. Pero yung patient ratio dito. Pero parang dito pa rin mostly kasi sahod, Australia, weather, Australia, yung ED, feeling ko yun nga, parang lahat nagagawa ko din dito sa Australia, which is nice. May mga stuff lang na hindi pa pwede, like plastering. Sa UK, hindi natin kailangan, nag-training ka lang sa UK, pwede mo nang gawin doon.
On your own.
Dito hindi, dapat doktor.
Kaya nga.
Pero I think it's a mix of both worlds. Pero so far, UK and Australia.
UK and
Hindi
Australia.
nakapili.
I think, I would bring, sa system, I would say a little bit of UK and a little bit of Australia.
Mix of both worlds.
Ratios, of course, Australia. Pero, friends, UK. Yung mga kaibigan ko doon sa UK talaga. And, siguro, I can't say for Australia because bago pa lang ako. But, yeah, a mix of UK and Australia. Unfortunately, you want to be in Philippines kasi andun yung family mo. Pero, you have to be practical and realistic. UK and Australia. So, just in closing, kung inisip mong bagay sa iyo ang ER, you ask yourself if you can become while pressured at the same time, which is weird, no? You have to be calm while pressured at the same time.
Because you have to have a clear mind.
Yeah, because if you don't have a clear mind, I remember one of the nurses, I said, how come you're still smiling when I was a newbie? Desmond, I asked him. I said, bakit ka pa nakangiti na sobrang busy mo na dyan? Halos di ka na makahi. Sabi niya, kasi kung magpa-stress ako, wala akong ano.
Totoo.
Yung mind ko, hindi niya daw mapaprioritize yung patient care if puno ng stress yung mind niya. Kaya he tries to relax. Remember na if you're ready to face yung chaos ng ED and to think critically, which we've always been saying, in a critical situation, of course, and then you for A&E.
Yeah. Just don't forget also na like be compassionate. Kahit critical na yung situation, don't forget that you're dealing with a person, that it's someone's loved one, di ba?
Because it's so easy to just forget about the family members na umiiyak sa gilid mo and all that. But it also takes it also will make you a better nurse if you will look after them. No, because can you imagine if it's your family member? You put yourself into their shoes.
Yeah.
And then you feel na ano yung feel nila, and just be kind. Just be kind because they're all suffering. That's why they're in hospital.
Yeah. So if feeling mo yes yung sagot mo sa lahat ng tanong niya.
At sagot niya na tanong ko din.
Then just maybe you're for ED. Just know ED is like a battlefield. So just make yourself ready.
Prepare yourself.
Bring all your guns,
Water.
So ayun mga ka-scrubbies. That's all for today.
Mahaba-haba yun
Parang napagod ako doon.
Sa kwento. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun remembering those times.
I know. We're gonna do that on our next video, like share stories.
Yeah.
They should share
the
their
funniest stories, the scariest stories, and all that. We'll do that next time. So thank you so much for staying with us. We'll promise that we'll do more videos and not serious naman. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share our channel to different platforms.
Yes.
Facebook,
TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah. There you go. Pinas man o abroad.
Yeah. So para mas marami tayong real talk regarding nursing life, may it be emergency nurses or kung saan man yan, basta lahat nurses na gustong pumunta dito abroad. Kita-kits sa next shift.
Sa next episode. Work na lang palagi. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. May pasok pa.